Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm Abraham Ciriaco, and today I'm going to talk about New York, specifically the state, and then I'm going to drop some New York City data. So, to getting started, today we have our topics, which are a summary of contents. They are the history of the state, geographical data, administration state, economic stats, and cultural functions. So first we have the history of New York State, that from the beginning it was one of the 13 original colonies and states. New York emerged from a small outpost established by Walloon and Dutch settlers at the Hudson River, where English took over the city in 1664, where shortly after it became a royal colony. Um, mo- uh, get growing their own history. The development of the New York was integrated to the United States of America until the year of 1789, when the elected George Washington arrived to the presidency, converting it to the federal capital of the state. It wasn't until it was moved to what we know nowadays as Washington, D.C., where you can recognize it by where is located the White House. Moving forward to the geographical data, we have some specifications of the land, like the relief, which the movements of the glaciers left New York with nine distinct physiographic regions. That is right here in the image. That is Western New York, Finger Lake, South Frontier, Central New York, Mohawk Valley, North County, Capital Region, Hudson Valley, Long Island, and the city, New York. Well, New York City. Where the physiographic regions were bounded by the west and the north by Lake Erie, the Canadian province of Ontario, the Lake Ontario and province of Quebec. To the east, by New England, states of Vermont, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. To the southeast by the Atlantic Ocean and New Jersey, and to the south we have Pennsylvania. To the northeast we have the Adirondack upland. Sorry about that. It is characterized by the highest mountains in the states, reaching a 5,344 feet top levels. Passing through the climate, it passes through the four seasons of the year, being summer, spring, autumn, and winter, where mostly of the year it experiences a freezing weather, and where it has wild changes, by summer reaching levels of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and in winter 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Going to its land, we have that it counts with 54,555 square miles. Within it has a 23 million and a half population, where mostly 20 million is concentrated in the city, and the capital of the state is Albany, New York. Moving next stage, we have the administration state. It runs with a diversity unit of government, counting with five boroughs that are the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island. The function halls were dominated by a political organization known as Tammany Hall, and that is a Democratic Party and played a major role in controlling New York City and state. In offices space, we have the it exercises a representative democracy within the three levels of government, which are our legislative, executive, and judicial power. And as you can see in the left image, we have how the New York City state is divided by. Getting forward to the economy sector, we got some stats that help New York to grow. In the agricultural sector, we have that the farmland covers nearly one third of the state's land area, and about three-fifths of New York's farmland is cropland. It is supported by manufacturing services and taxation. New York services and manufacturing economy remains diverse. It includes financial services, food processing, hardware and software, biomedical and chemical products, industrial electric systems, and transportation equipment and distribution services. Talking about New York, we cannot forget to mention Wall Street, the headquarters of the largest stock exchange in the world, which also has a NASDAQ, NASDAQ, I think it's called. It has a capitalist and mixed economy with the highest gross domestic product, GDR, in the world. And before continuing, I would like to mention that before it was on Wall Street and the famous stock exchange, it was a little market where people used to trade items that they have on possessions for another items they wanted, paying a little fare to the city. Almost heading to the last, we have the cultural functions, where it can be described with one word that will be multi-diversity. Getting to know that New York City has been described as a cultural capital of the world. It is reflected in its size and ethnic diversity. Uh, Home birth of many American cultural movements were first emerged in the city. Where you can express yourself in several different ways because of the freedom that the states grant without repression, almost. And moving to religion, cannot be established by only one because it has a variety of religions, being such as Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Baha'i, Taoism, Shinto, and Islam, where most of the people, around 65% is Christian. And well, as you know, probably New York City has many attractions that we cannot mention all, but yes, the most famous. And in first place, we have the Statue of Liberty. That it was a gift of friendship by France to the United States, where it became a universal symbol of freedom and democracy. Next, we have the Empire State, which you can probably recognize it by its songs, Empire State Mine. And back in the moment, it was the closest thing to heaven in the city. And finally, the most touristic place, and also why it's called the city that never sleeps, we have Times Square. I would like to say a quote of the local area. That is, it says that we love that if you can make it here, you'll make it anywhere, and that's pretty cool. And to finish, I would like to mention some famous people that were born in New York City. Great and only Frank Sinatra, probably heard some song of him. We have moving next. We have the Godfather Al Pacino with the portrait of the movie himself. And would like to mention also Jay-Z, the most influential figure of hip hop in the 90s and an inspiration to various artists nowadays. And well, less details, my references for the research of the video, and well, that's it. This video is going to be straight uploaded to YouTube, so if you enjoy the video, you can hit the like button, press the subscribe button, and thank you for watching. See you on the next video, and that's it. Bye bye. Thank you.